Have Orange Samurai D himself, Diego Hirata, on the left, or I guess on the top here, and then Vic Tejada on the bottom playing blue Doflamingo. And here we go. There is that fist bump. So this tells us that the timer has started, and let's get it going, chat. 35 minutes on the clock. And remember, guys, these games are best of 1, 35 minutes. So let's see who on the die roll here. So it looks like Diego on the die roll, forcing Vic to go second. Vic going to start us off strong here with the Perona, looking at the top 5 of his deck and going to stack it any way he likes. Blue likes this kind of stuff because Doflamingo, the leader, his leader effect is you pay a certain amount and then you could, let me just pull him up on the screen, guys. So I'm going to be totally honest with y'all. I haven't commentated One Piece before, and I was supposed to have commentators today, but I kind of forgot to hire them. So L on my behalf, right? So it's okay, though. We're going to have a good time still. So let's take a look at the Doflamingo leader so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on here. All right, so here it is. Don X2, whenever Doffy's attacking. So when he's swinging for 7, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a 7 Warlords of the Sea with a cost of 4 or less, you can put it into play rested. So this is really cool because we can cheat out Gecko Morias with this, and I guess like that the 4-drop Mihawk, that's just a pro or a 2K usually. But here we go right there, like I was just saying, getting that vanilla Gecko Moria into play. It's a 4/6, swinging for 7. Looks like Diego countered out of that, but he's at 5 because of Whitebeard's leader power, where at the end of your turn you take a life. 4 Dawn turn for Diego. Let's see what he has here. We didn't see an Ezo or any searchers this last turn, but looking at his hand here, I could see what looks like a Makino, Ezo, and a few other guys. But right here, we're just going to blind swing 6, going into the Moria. Let's move this around, actually. Let's rearrange it a bit. Take this mic, put it over here, too. Oh, what's up, man? Are you going to cast as well?
Only for a little bit.
Is Roth watching?
Yeah.
Hold on. Sit in that chair. Sit in that chair. Sit in that chair. So, thank goodness, Ryan Mays is here now, one of my beloved coworkers, who's actually a Doffy expert in his own right. So, right here, I think we're on turn 2 at the moment, or turn 3.
Turn 3. He's on 5 down.
Yeah, turn 3. Vic has casted a Perona. He Doffy affected for this Gecko Moria. Diego attempted to knock it out, but it was saved by the 2K Mihawk. And it looks like we're on Vic's attacking phase at the moment.
So the Gecko is actually really good here. That's the whole reason why he's in the deck is against the Whitebeard matchup. I personally really like the matchup Doffy versus Whitebeard. I know a lot of people are scared of the deck, but when I'm playing Doffy, I'm not that worried about it, especially because we have 3,000 worlds, as you see.
And that's a big event. So that's a 4 cost event saying you just return a character of 6,000 power or less back to the bottom of the deck?
Cost of 5.
Cost of 5. Okay, cost of 5 or less. That's a lot. That's a lot of cards in Whitebeard that go between 1 and 5, chat.
Being able to bottom their Marcos, either Marco, and them not being able to bring it back is huge. Also, the fact that you're wanting to attack for 7 every turn with Doffy to get his effect, and it just doesn't hinder you against Whitebeard, and Whitebeard still has to do 2Ks for it. Like, this is why Doffy is in a really good spot right now, is because the Whitebeard matchup is actually solid.
And then there's that Whitebeard swinging 6 again, trying to knock out that Moria, it looks like. Judging based off how he tapped it and kind of angled it towards the Moria. Let's see what he says. All right, we're going to save with this vanilla Pacifista, tapping out the rest of our mana, and we're going to cast this Thatch. Thatch has honestly he's become a staple in a lot of the other colors too. It's referred to as, hey, does your color have a Thatch? How many Thatches are you playing in your list? And that's because he's a 6/8, right?
Yep.
6/8 vanilla.
I believe every color now has a Thatch.
Every color has a Thatch. I think Black got its Thatch. I think this set or the set prior with the 2 giant twins.
Yes.
The two Ennie's Lobby guys.
That was this set. And then Yellow also got theirs with the Parasparrow 6/8.
A lot of cards got beefed up, or a lot of colors got beefed up in set 4, but man, set 5 looks absolutely bonkers. But we're in a set 4 tournament right now, guys. My bad. And there's a swing for 6 at life. Looks like it was countered out of. Diego's not letting his opponent take the life here. He's going to take his life on his own means. But Vic, 9 open Dawn. Or sorry, 7 open Dawn. I can't count today, guys. Jeez.
Vic's list is actually really interesting. I played against him in locals last week, and he is very top-heavy with his list. I don't know if it's the same list that he's playing today, but he has like 10-drop Kaidos in his deck. He has 4 9-drop Mihawks in his deck. It's a really top end for Doffy. Normally you see that stuff in like the blue croc. But
so do you think that's the reason why that is like the late game is probably where Doffy struggles against these decks that have these big bodies like that? So like it's a good way to counteract it?
Yeah, so the entire format has kind of shifted to like who has the better 10 Dawn turns. You see that with Queen, you see that with Katakuri and their big moms, you see that pretty much with every deck that isn't red. But the good thing about Doffy is apparently with this list you could do both, because you want, instead of just your big guys against Whitebeard, you want to poke. You want to attack for 6k as many times as you can in a turn.
And I'm assuming the idea behind that is too, chat, is we want to drop as many cards from Whitebeard's hand as possible, because where we lose to this deck is in the late game most times, because once they have a book in their hand, 10 or more, 8 or more cards, you know 2 of them are a Rad Beam, you know 3 of them are 2Ks. It's almost impossible to get out of that situation, and you're going to spend all your gas trying to get through for them just to have the Rad Beam, the one of, my bad guys, the one of Rad Beam, and then
guard point.
Yeah, guard point, and whatever other crazy events that this leader has access to.
Yeah, they're drawing 2 cards a turn, so their hand fills up very quickly. Sometimes even more cards if they're taking the life. So you're getting 2 to 3 cards in your hand every turn. Let's see. Going to Vic's turn. 9 Dawn.
Now
this is a perfect Mihawk moment. If he can Mihawk Ace to the bottom of the deck, the value is just too strong to pass that up. Doesn't look like he has it.
Tapping 1 for another Perona. We're going to stack the deck.
Yep.
Probably trying to look for that Mihawk here.
Yep. Ideally, put a 7 Warlord on top with a Mihawk underneath. Because when you're Peroning or 3-drop Doffing, you want to look at the cards and you want to order play, draw, play, draw, play. Or draw, play, draw, play, draw. Depending on if you're going to draw your next card or try and play the next card off the top with Doffy.
Perona's so broken.
Perona is very good.
How is this card as much as it is? I think it should be worth $100. $100 card.
Uh-huh.
It literally says pay 1, stack your deck. I haven't been playing as much lately. Work's been getting ahead of me, but I do get a chance to read all the cards, and I am in a chat with a lot of really good friends of mine. And Queen, man. Queen just seems like this is like that's a perfect leader to abuse the effect of Perona. Being able to stack all kinds of craziness in your deck for the Queen effect. I mean, and then like, hey, I'm going to pull this guy off the top to go to my life. It's a beige. I set this up perfectly. You're gonna get stunned, and it's a crazy deck, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. The color's crazy. Blue is crazy in every game it's in. Like I don't know what it is.
It's true. It's true. Blue's great. Blue's the strongest it's ever been right now. Red Rock really put
That's a crazy event. Actually, chat. Let me see if I can get that up for you guys.
While he's trying to pull that up, Red Rock is a 6-cost event that just says bottom any character card. That's it. You know, you can have you tap out for your 10-drop, your big boss monster, and it's like, okay, I'll pay 6 mana, or I'm sorry, 6 Dawn and bottom it. Boom, right there. Oh yeah, and you can trigger it and still hit things like...
Oh, thanks, card images. Return up to 1 character of cost.
Yeah, is
cost
it 5 or
4?
4?
It says 4.
It's 4, okay. So you can't hit like Marcos and stuff, but still... you can hit all the blockers. You can hit Borsalinos. It doesn't matter that they can't be KO'd by effects. just bottom it.
And that is honestly, I mean, that is the effect that makes black kind of fallen on itself is bottoming or returning to just bouncing in general. You know, bounce to the bottom of the deck or bounce to your hand.
Yeah, another huge thing that is Kyros.
Kyros is insane too. I'm hoping we could feature a Rebecca this next round. Honestly, I mean, I love the way that deck plays. Honestly, it very much reminds me of like the show. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're a bunch of gladiators in a coliseum. They can attack the turn they come into play.
Flavorful.
Yeah.
They did really well with like. Same with Law. They did great with Law's flavor.
Shambles. Yeah.
Returning something and replacing it with another thing. The flavor there for the Dressrosa cards.
Big old 9-beard.
The one of. I don't think he played a Searcher either. I could have missed it.
No, he drew that. I think he opened that raw. Yeah, that was in his opening hand. So Diego has just been sitting on this big 9-beard.
Let's see a Red Rock. Like a Red Rock, your 9-beard. See, that's why the blue's so good right now, because you just have these events that answer things that before this set were unanswerable. Someone played a 9-beard against you, you're like, all right, well, I better kill you because I'm not attacking you.
Yeah, like this starts the clock. Yeah. Another thing to note too, Vic is still very healthy, 4 life. Yeah. So it's looking like too, blue has a lot of counterplay against Whitebeard, and I think that's the play too, guys. Is just staying healthy as long as you can, because that's where you lose, right? Once you run out of life, the game's over. Correct? So like, once you get Whitebeard down to 0. You're still chilling at 4. You have your own clock that you've started in that case. So looking at the Don here. 4 going on to the Moria. Swinging 10. It looks like an ace. We counter out of this though. Ooh. It's kind of big if this ace gets knocked. All right, we motioned at the Dawn, so maybe we have something. So I think this tells us that he has like guard point or something like that in hand. Ooh! And there it is, chat. The gum Red Rock, clearing that board up now. This is a great turn for Vic, clearing the ace, bottoming the Whitebeard, just like Ryan was saying. Ryan had to step out for a moment. He is still working. This is kind of a scuff stream, guys. We're having a great time with y'all, though. Chat, how we doing? How we doing? What lead are we playing today, guys? Who do we want to win today? All right, so Diego has a lot to consider here. He has a big old hand, 10 open Dons, and a dream. Scuff stream is best stream. Yo, I love you, dude. Thanks. God, losing that ace was huge, chat. Huge. Alrighty, we're thinking 8 right now. 11? 13? What are we doing, chat? He said, I'm a put it all on. Wait, all right, what are we doing, Diego? Okay, I was like, yo, swing 16 at what? So we're getting an 8 on the Moria. Vic's gonna let it go. You did your job, Moria. Honestly, that Gecko got super value. Gets cheated into play for free. It lived through a turn, and it cleared an ace. That Gecko definitely has ranked up. It's at least a corporal at this point. Alrighty. Here comes the Marco. Blowing up a Perona. Taking a life, and looks like we're giving the turn back to Vic. Yeah, let me get Marco on screen for y'all, chat. That's a big guy. Your turn, and on play, blow up a character that is 4K or less, I believe. Or sorry, 3K or less. And then on KO, you can pitch an event to save him, and he comes back to play rested. So kind of similar to his 4-cost blocker counterpart. Honestly, chat, I think this one should have been restricted too. I think all of Whitebeard should be restricted. Every card at 1. You got to play a Highlander deck, bud. Have fun. But that's just in my scary, crazy, perfect world, so that black can just be the best deck. That's all we're hoping for one day, chat, is black to be the best deck. All right, so this is kind of a big turn for Vic too. These are the turns that matter the most, chat, because Whitebeard's at the point where it can just critical mass because it has this gigantic hand. Vic is looking like he's at 3 or 4 cards. I think another bottoming effect would be crazy here. Because that just seems to be working right now, is don't let Diego have any characters in play to deal damage. But that is a sheer strength of Whitebeard, though, chat. Whitebeard's crazy. So here comes another 7. Is Vic going to go for leader effect? The Fist on Chin. Very hard thought. Blue-Black Sakazuki just won the first OP5 championship. Then we got there, boys. We're in. Yo, double Kuma? Double 4-drop Bartholomew Kumas coming into play. These are blockers, chat. So this is another strategy. Whitebeard doesn't like blockers that much, guys. I don't know which variant of this deck Diego is playing, though. I mean, I'm assuming it's obviously heavily favored in a Whitebeard package, but I don't know if he has any of the Straw Hats in the deck, too. It doesn't seem like it since he hasn't cast on anything like that. So maybe he doesn't have access to 5-drop Luffy that can go through blockers and whatnot. But it doesn't matter right now. Vic's at 3 life. Oh, that's not right. Okay. Alright, chat. So card images probably won't be a thing in a second because I finally found the issue. It's okay, though. But Bartholomew Kuma, on KO, you can play 1 pacifist with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So if Vic is packing those, then he just gets a free vanilla out into play after this. So here comes Marco. Another one. Another one. Gonna blow up that second Perona. Got 2 big dudes in play right now. Diego down to 0 life. No blockers. 3 open Dawn. He does play that Luffy, it looks like, too, chat. I don't think Diego's got the stones, dude. Comes 3-drop Doffy. Let's stack the deck a little bit. We get to peep the top 5 and rearrange them. And then we also just got another blocker into play. So Vic has put out the Vanguard here. All 3 blockers. You're not getting through. But Whitebeard is still crazy, Chad. Diego could just drop, oh, man. There's removal. I mean, there's definitely removal in this deck, too, so. There could be removal to get rid of these blockers. He also has that 5-cost Luffy as well that can just swing through. 5, or what is that? Is that 3 in hand or yeah, it looks like 3 in hand. This is not the hand Whitebeard likes, chat. Whitebeard likes to have more cards in hand. So 8 at life. Ooh, okay, that is kind of a bricky hand, dude. I mean, obviously he has plays. I just saw 2 Luffys in his hand. But we got plays. Diego has plays. Obviously we have an event of some kind in the hand if we were debating on tapping a Dawn. Alrighty, so what is that? Actually, didn't see what event that was, guys. I'm sorry, but looks like I had an effect to. You have to discard a card to use its effect. Here comes Red Hawk. Oh, we're pitching events to save the characters. That's what he's doing. Sorry, my bad, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping. We have one Dawn open. Oh, and that was okay, that was a target for Red Hawk too, to pop that guy. Alright, some refresh here. 2 Marcos, a Whitebeard, and a Dream. And 3 cards in. We see Guard Point, Luffy, and I can't tell. I think that's King Dew. There might be a King Dew in his hand too. So it looks like 7 at life. Countering out. Going again. Yeah, 9 open Dawn. I mean, I think if Diego just slams a King Dew, that's it, right? But that is a sick thing about One Piece, chat, is the game literally just isn't over until you take your last life. That's why you should never scoop in this game. This is the one game where it's like weird if you scoop. Alright, so we lost that Kuma, but then its ability activates and we got another Pacifista into play, that Vanilla. Look at those crying Straw Hat. So cool. I love them. Alrighty. So we have 7 Dawn right now open to play with. $12 minutes on the clock too. That's what's cool about One Piece, guys. It's typically a best of 1 game, and a lot of people on the outside looking in will kind of judge it as like, wait, that's kind of crazy. Why is it only best of 1? That is not a good showcase of skill. All games should be best of 3 or the very neurotic people that are like best of 5 or something like that. But it's really not like that, chat. Like you see. You know, these games are very swingy. They go back and forth a lot. The fact that there's the ability to counter in this game with dropping cards in your hand, like anything's possible, right? So you can make a 35-minute game feel like it's a best of 3, honestly. I've seen games where someone just starts off super strong, they're taking hecka life off their opponent, and then they just lose in the end, you know what I mean? I think Queen is like the perfect example as to why best of 1 is okay for One Piece, the new Queen leader. And here we go. Pass back to Vic here. Vic has that store champ Moria in play. Swagged out. Guard point. Oh, and that was it.